finger on the pulse, can't nobody beat. I see the trends, I see the flow. Got my strategies in place, you know.
Yo, it's NYBZ on the mic coming through the mist.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live. Okay.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gents, we are doing it live. Welcome to the show. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Round of applause. I'm back. I am back in full effect. Took yesterday off to just get everything set up and going with Bloodalytics V2. Scalpalytics Pro V2 is now live and ready. Jason Lenz, what's going on, brother? Shout out to you. Enzo in the building. What's going on? We're doing it live. We're doing it live. You know it. You know it. All right. So actually I was supposed to start at 11, but I had some network issues over here. So that is what delayed me getting started today. So we're going to get into it though, man. Yesterday there was some crazy news coming out of China. They dropped a bomb on us. They dropped a bomb on us. Not like we didn't know that was coming. We'll talk about that in today's episode and how that relates to and what that means for crypto and precious metals and even stocks. You know, stunks, as you guys.
I thought you were street smart, bro.
I thought I was street smart too. Clearly, that's what China's saying to us. United States, I thought you were street smart. I don't think so. I don't think so. Bloodalytics.com. Link is in the description below. Make sure you guys go check them out. Mike said we are still here. Indeed, my friend. Thank you for tuning in, Mike. Hit the like button on the way in. Bloodalytics, Scalpalytics V2 is out. It's live. It's ready to go. It's rocking and rolling. Rolled out yesterday. All my members now have access to that. So you have the V1 and also V2. Let me get myself out the way. If possible. I don't know if I can. Let me see. How can I get myself out of the way with this? That's not going to work. Let's go here. Let's try this. Let's try this, ladies and gentlemen. So V2, as you can see on the screen, is locked and loaded. And we'll go over some trades today. Hopefully we can make some trades. It's been a little flopping and groping. Actually, today and yesterday has been a rough day for the markets. And we have not gone anywhere. We have gone absolutely nowhere in the markets, which is crazy. So yeah, we got a situation on our hands. We definitely have a situation on our hands currently with the markets. Again, hit the like button as we get started on today's stream. Let's take a look at what we have going on with the let me get myself back over here. What we got going on with the markets. Market cap is slightly up today. We're sitting at $2.36 trillion on the total market cap for cryptos. Again, a lot of flopping and groping. As you can see here, I'm going to scroll up. We pretty much flatlined here. Over the span of the last 3 days, it's been a flat line. It's been just going sideways. So no clear direction at the moment. At least fear and greed is back at 10. It was at 5. It was at 5. Man, I don't think I've ever seen it that low. Maybe I can't remember. Y'all ever remember seeing the fear and greed index at 5 or lower? At 5 or below. I've not seen that before that I can recall. So it seems like we might be building a base. The good rule of thumb is always to buy in these regions. Doesn't mean that, that's a bottom, but you're sure enough getting close to a bottom when you got the fear greed at least a local bottom when you got the fear and greed at 5. Right? So I believe fear and greed hit 5 right at this dip right here above me. That dip right there, I think that's where we hit 5. And that was on, let's see, let me scroll back down really quickly and see that would have been on the 5th. So if we go over to the fear and greed, we should be able to see where the 5th was, where we hit 5 on fear and greed. It's saying we hit fear and greed. No, that can't. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in a little bit, ladies and gents. Let's see here what we got. What we got going on? Okay, 5 and 5. Right. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. January 5th, we hit 5. That was a low in the markets. That was a dip in the markets too. I guess I could have just looked at the gray line that denotes the price of Bitcoin, so it correlates very well. So these are extremely I can't say oversold. It's just the fear is extremely high. Again, does not mean we don't go lower, but it is potentially a buying opportunity. I don't know. We'll have to see. Hit the like button again, guys. Share this stream. Let's get more people to give a thumbs up on the live stream right now. We got people over on X watching. I'm streaming on Kick right now. I'm also streaming on YouTube. I'm streaming everywhere I can. So I want to go over really quickly what we got going on for this week. It's a new week. So that should mean some new economic data. Today we had core retail sales come out. We had also retail sales month to month. All came in lower than expected. Came in flat at 0%, which doesn't make sense. How do you come in at exactly 0%? These numbers are all fudge, guys. Completely fudge-aroni. Let me move myself down a little bit. As you can see, for tomorrow, we have average hourly earnings coming out, but the more important one is your non-farm employment change and unemployment rate, which is going to be fireworks in my opinion. This is going to set the stage and tone for the rest of this week. Yikes. Let me get that. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Let me mute that really quickly. Yeah, this is going to set the stage and the tone for the rest of the week. Your non-farm employment change, I think that's going to be a big number for tomorrow. And then we have on Wednesday, or Thursday I should say, unemployment claims. So we could have a volatile week, wrapping up with core CPI and CPI month to month and year to year coming in on Friday at 8:30. So we're going to have a pretty volatile week potentially in crypto. Now, silver, man, it's holding on, man. They did silver in pretty damn bad. Look at all of that manipulation. That was all the banking cartel coming in and slamming down the paper price of silver, precious metals in general. Bitcoin, crypto follow suit, of course. But we have not yet seen to be able to get above $92 silver. We're making so far newer lows, and it seems like we're rounding off to make a newer low, a newer lower high as well. 92 being the first one. Looks like we're rounding off at around 83. So we got to break above 83 to give us some hope at taking out that $92 target for the bulls. If we can get above there, it is all Gucci, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be looking very fine indeed if we can get above $92 silver. Crypto City in the building. What's going on? Salute to you, my friend. Again, hit the like button on the way in. Let's take a look at silver over here on the spot versus your Shanghai spot. We got a premium of about 8% today. Creeping up a little bit. Again, this is potentially evidence of a bottom. If the premiums start to, slow down as far as shrinking, and we start to get a widening of the premiums again, that could mean a bottom is forming. Of course, a bottom is not a V. It is usually a few tests of those lows. So that's probably what we're going to see today. Or not today, but just in general. Look at that. Bitcoin down 20% for the year. 20% for the year. Man. I think we might have a little bit more to go, which is good for us that want to buy. I think we got a little bit lower to go. I think we do. But again, mark my word, we are going to end the year positive, or at least we should. If we do not end the year positively with Bitcoin's price above $86,000 Bitcoin, I would be very concerned. It'll be the first time we've ever seen 2 consecutive years of negative returns. So we got a while. We got about 10 months to find out. So be patient. It's going to have to take some time to see if we are in trouble or not. For sure, it's going to take some time. We got to figure this one out. I'm trying to find my chart here. Let's reconnect. Let's go over here to our main chart first before we look at Scalpalytics Pro. Again, a lot of flopping and groping. We ain't going nowhere. We've been just kind of... We did make a newer low on this V. We formed a newer lower V here. If we take a look here, this has pretty much formed a lower V, a lower A. But this A, is really confusing right now. We got inverted head and shoulders and a head and shoulders. It's like which way are we going? Which way are we going, guys? So this is why the markets are indecisive, because we don't know which way we're going yet. We have no clue. I will say this, because we have 3 strikes on both sides, now we should definitely get an answer on the direction we're going to go, because the violation of either of these last V's should give us the indication of which way we're going. So what I mean by that is, if we go ahead, if we take out that A, then that's very bullish. We take out that V, that's bearish. That means lower move is incoming. So we are at that point. We should be at that point. I want to just point out as well that the bloodline from a macro perspective is positive. We are in a bullish stance right now. We're in a bullish stance with the crypto markets. My indicator is showing a very positive, not very, but a positive potential upward swing. We saw the last time we crossed under, that was over here on January 28th, and it's been bottoms out ever since. So now that we have a cross up, it's potentially meaning that we are bottoming out, and we could potentially, start to make that move back up. I didn't even watch the Super Bowl, Wisdom Bars. I was at a Super Bowl party, but did not even watch it. I was really concerned and pissed off that they had a Super Bowl halftime party, which I didn't know this was happening until the day of. A Super Bowl halftime party that was in Spanish. Like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? This is why I got to leave this damn country, ladies and gentlemen. We don't stand for anything anymore. It's whatever goes. I'm actually surprised that under Trump that even happened. I'm going to be honest with you. But I mean, Trump, if Trump were to try to do something that would be dictatorship-ish, it would be very dictatorship-ish, right? Not a good look. Even though I would love for something like that to happen, we can't do that. We can't do that. Jenna said music is universal. I understand, but I need that to be in English here in America. I mean, I'm just saying, like, play your Latin music or whatever Latin drum or guitar you want to play. You got to speak some English. Wisdom Bar says America isn't just the U.S. The Super Bowl is played here in the U.S. No, fuck all that. You could have watched the Kid Rock Method alternative halftime show. Yeah. Shout out to the Kid Rock, Michigan, Detroit, Rock City, baby. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We got Observer Eyes over on Kick, streaming, tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Jenna X. Jenna is using Bloodalytics. I gotta reach out to you, Jenna, and catch up with you. We just rolled out V2 yesterday, or actually it was on Sunday over the weekend. But I was making just had to get Ethereum was up Sunday, and I had to just configure and get Bitcoin up. We'll take a look at that in a minute. V2 is live again. I was going to do an AMA on Sunday. I said it's don't even make sense. I'll take Spanish over. Man, y'all gotta this country. I gotta leave this country. Y'all traders, man. Y'all turning y'all back on America. Come on, man. No, man. We gotta get back. English is the native tongue of this country. I need all Super Bowl and entertainment on the national or global scale to represent the native tongue. I'm sorry. I gotta stand on that. Now let's take a look at Scalpalytics V2. Scalpalytics V2 is live, baby. We live. So, again, today has been a lot of flopping and groping. Because we have not truly made that move out or up or down. I think we're going to move up. The trend is seeming that way. If we look at Ethereum, we are long Ethereum. We did some flopping and groping this morning on the open. Went short. Took 50% of our profits down here. Then we turned around, tried to go long, went short, then went long again, and now we're long, and I think we're about to break out right here. This is the breakout coming. So if you would have just, stuck the course and stuck through the trades, you would be in a good position at this moment, I think, for a nice breakout to the upside. Now, the new system has a few key differences or improvements, I should say. One being the labeling. I might have to make those labels a little bit bigger, or am I zoomed out? I am zoomed out, so it is slightly bigger than what you see here. Actually, let me turn off the quantities and the signal labels. All right, there we go. So you now have labels, tooltips that show you kind of like what's going on. Again, I'll make those bigger, but you'll have instead of TP and all that, you'll just see 50% take profit, 25% take profit. So it's more clear on what is going on. Also, now it is out just automatically weeding out any trades before 8 a.m. So 8 a.m. to about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard is when it will be looking for trades on the chart. So you'll see like the red areas now. That's denoting that we're not looking for any trades. Yesterday's session was much better. We had a couple flopping gropes at the beginning. Then we finally move here and went long and strong until the end of the session where we closed out. So what happens now, guys, is that it will close out on the next, or yeah, the next switch. So you know, this long here at the end of the day closed out, and we went neutral on that Ethereum trade at about 5:45. Again, I always say just go ahead and close out of your trades at 5 o'clock if you're manually trading this. But it brings us neutral going into the evening, so that's good. That's good. So that's the new system. I'm going to do a full breakdown on it maybe tomorrow. I think I'll do a pre-record on that. Do a full update on the V2 of Scalpalytics Pro. Because it is rocking and rolling, ladies and gents. We are rocking and rolling. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So, I wanted to go over China though, because China, man, what did they do? Well, we're going to get to Trump, because it's something wrong, y'all. It's something wrong with frontal lobe. Something wrong with frontal lobe Trump. I'm telling you. So look at this tweet from, well, actually, I want to go over the article. So the article out of Business Insider: China has reportedly told banks to scale back holdings of U.S. government debt. Regulators in China urge banks to reduce holdings of U.S. debt. Bloomberg reported the authorities cited concentration risk and volatility as reasons for scaling back Treasury investments. Bond yields edged higher, and the dollar dropped almost 1% on Monday. This is this is no surprise to us, right? But it's crazy to see it actually publicly happening now. Like, we know behind the scenes and all of their strategic monetary moves have always been to de-risk, de-dollarize, whatever word you want to use. Wisenbar says China and Japan are the biggest financial countries to watch. As far as impact, yeah, Japan more than China, honestly, because of that unwinding of the carry trade. If that continues, it's going to really put a lot of pressure on the U.S. financial monetary system and monetary policy. The move, reported by Bloomberg on Monday, is likely to fuel fresh talks about the Sell America trade and the appeal of the dollar. Chinese authorities cited concentration risk and volatility in U.S. debt markets as the reason for scaling back. So they're seeing the writing on the wall. It seems like we're going to be getting to the point where we're basically going to be funding our own debt. The Treasury is going to issue debt. The Fed is going to buy it. And it's just going to be a rinse and repeat. And so now we're getting to that final chapter where it's just a big circle jerk of nonsense. The Sell America trade, in which investors dump dollar-denominated assets from stocks to treasuries, was a focal point of markets last year. It's been fueled by a combination of, get this, of fiscal concerns amid record high U.S. debt and deficit spending. I don't know if you guys saw, but Elon came out and said it is 100% certainty that the U.S. is going to bankrupt. But then he cites, unless AI he basically was saying like AI is the savior, and I'm like, no, AI is not the savior. AI is the catalyst for this to actually happen faster. I don't know why he's saying AI is the savior for us, because that means if AI becomes, and it will be, we're on the trajectory of going more AI, less jobs. That means less people having money to spend money in the economy, which we are unfortunately a consumer-based economy. So if less people have jobs, we're at a paradox. We finally met that fork in the road where AI, we go down the AI path. That means less jobs. That means less money circulating in the economy because people don't have money to spend. Or you go to the right, it means however, I don't know how we would do this, but if we go right and we say we're going to suppress AI, we're going to put rules and regulations on companies being able to use AI and have some type of human capital controls, we go that route, we're going to lose even faster because other countries aren't going to do that. China, they're going to continue on the AI race, on the AI path, and we'll be left in the dust. I don't think we're going to go that route. I think we're going to go the AI route and kill hundreds and hundreds of thousands of jobs. But what does that mean for your crypto? What does that mean for your stocks? It means a deflationary. See, AI is the ultimate deflationary event. Technology in general is a deflationary industry. That flat screen TV that I paid $8,000 for 15 years ago is now what, $800 and 10 times better. So that's what technology does. It causes deflationary pressures on that industry. However, AI is the ultimate deflationary catalyst because it is going to make all industries, not just tech or like tech stuff. It's going to cause deflationary pressures in all facets and all industries. That's the problem. So I personally think it's really a Trojan horse. AI and AGI, artificial general intelligence, or ASI, whatever you want to call it, is actually our worst enemy. It's our worst enemy. So I don't know. U.S. Gold talks about this strategic shift as well from U.S. Treasuries to gold, copper, and silver. I mean, we've seen this coming. Look at that. Silver, LBMA versus Shanghai silver. Look at that, man. They're both going up, but look at the pace at Shanghai. Premiums skyrocketing. It's happening right before our eyes. So what does that mean for crypto? What does that mean for, your crypto holdings? I think it actually means bad news. Let's take a listen to this, though, first. I can't believe he said this. I got to go ahead and share this screen first for us to see this. So give me a second. Let me go over here. Bada boom, bada bing. Let me know if you guys can hear this. Let's see if I can get this to work.
Kevin Warsh.
So
Officially, it was 2 Fridays ago, but when did you?
well, I made a mistake. He was runner-up, if you want to say
He was a
that.
finalist.
Yeah, he was, and I made a mistake because I had somebody that was my Secretary of the Treasury, wanted him so badly, and I didn't
made a
feel good about
mistake.
him. But sometimes you listen to people, and it was a mistake. It was really a big mistake.
Oh
But
my!
I think we're going to do something that's really spectacular.
When did you know you wanted Kevin Warsh?
So,
Officially,
play
it
that
was 2
again,
Fridays ago.
just in
but
case
when
you
did
didn't
well, I
hear
made
it?
a mistake. He was runner-up, if you want to say
He was a
that.
finalist. in
Yeah,
the
he was,
first
and I made a mistake because I had somebody that was my Secretary of the Treasury, wanted him so badly, and you know, I didn't feel good about him. But sometimes you listen to people, and it was a mistake. It was really a big mistake. But I think we're going to do something that's really spectacular.
When did you know you wanted Kevin?
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe it? The ultimate flopper and groper. Listen. I don't even know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. Like, did you guys hear that? He said he made a mistake picking Kevin Warsh. How do you make that mistake? I don't understand that. I really don't. It's going to be interesting. So is he going to attack Kevin Warsh? Is he basically laying the map or laying the roadmap or framework for him to do the same thing he did to Jerome Powell? It seems like it. It seems like it to me. My Crypto Space UK says here, isn't dollar on the chart looking to make a drop big? For sure. For sure. So if China is exiting the game, that means they're selling dollars. Think of it that way. They're selling dollars. Other countries are going to start to sell dollars. That means it's going to go lower in value. A deflationary spiral, which is, listen, that's the central bank's worst nightmare. They do not want deflation. They'll take inflation. They'll take hyperinflation. They'll deal with that. But deflation, it messes the whole game up. It messes the whole game up. So China making the statement that they made is definitely dollar weak. It's definitely dollar weak. Most definitely, my friend. Most definitely. Look at this tweet. As I said earlier, de-dollarization and collapse of the U.S. is now a muscle memory for most of India. They feel the collapse of the U.S. and Western world is a matter of a few months to a max year or so. I can't say it's going to happen that quickly. I can't say it's going to happen that quickly. Nah, we're going to have wars before we get to that point. We ain't going out without a swing. And this is probably why you see the U.S. acting so erratic. Fall of America and Europe is 100% certain. Enough of lifestyle built on printed notes. Very true. Don't you think the government of India will come to rescue you? I don't know what he's saying there, but definitely America and Europe is going to fall before the U.S. Enzo says, I say the next 5 years. Yeah, I can see the next 10 years myself. Definitely not in the next year. At least I don't think so. So this is from Brian Kuzmer. He says Marco Rubio breaking the news to the 99% of clueless Americans that the days of the dollar being the world's reserve currency is over. He says, I started talking about the world de-dollarization many years ago when I started to see the rest of the world getting fed up with our bullying and weaponization of the dollar. And can you blame them? I'm surprised it took this long. The truth is the United States politicians and bureaucrat morons took a beautiful thing that the whole world wanted, the US dollars, weaponized it, and have effed it up so badly it's over, and then these morons wonder why. Yeah, buddy. Let's take a look at this video. I don't want to see what Marco Rubio is saying here. Let's see here. I gotta share the screen again. Let's do this. Bada boom. Bada bang. Let's see. Let's see if you guys can hear this really quickly.
Today, Brazil, in our hemisphere, largest country in the Western Hemisphere south of us, cut a trade deal with China. They're going to, from now on, do trade in their own currencies, get right around the dollar. They're creating a secondary economy in the world, totally independent of the United States. We won't have to talk about sanctions in 5 years because there'll be so many countries transacting in currencies other than the dollar that we won't have the ability to sanction them. Today, Brazil, in our hemisphere, largest country in the Western Hemisphere south of us, cut a trade deal with China. They're going to, from now on, do trade in their own currencies, get right around the dollar. They're creating a secondary economy in the world, totally independent of the United States. We won't have to talk about sanctions in 5 years because there'll be so many.
We won't have to talk about sanctions in 5 years.
That we won't have the ability to sanction them.
Wow. Yeah, man. They're just putting it right in our faces, man. They're putting it right in our freaking faces. It's insane. RK says Trump sped up U.S. downfall, but profiting bigly. It's funny you say that. I think he's actually slowed it down. Even though I don't really particularly, I'm disappointed in his presidency so far. He actually slowed it down, bro. It would have been, bro. Could you imagine being under Kamala and basically the extension of the Biden administration? You think it would have been slower with him? With them? Hell no. They would have been selling, man, it would have been a fire sale. All those hundreds of millions, or not hundreds of millions, but tens of millions of illegals coming in, they would have, man, it would have been a slaughterhouse. So all the criticism I have for Trump, he is, to me, slowing it down. And he is profiting from it, but we're so corrupt, all the politicians, no matter what side, would have profited from this. It just would have been an accelerated pace under the Democratic organization, criminalization. And it's so sad because Trump is not doing what he promised to do. People are going to now go vote for the Democrats. He's going to have a lame duck presidency from midterms on, because people are going to vote against the Republicans, and it's a downfall, man. It's crazy seeing this in real time, ladies and gentlemen. It is absolutely crazy seeing this shit in real time. How Germany is running the EU and Saudi marketing into tourism and sports, bro. Our $1 is on the decline. We only export entertainment. Very true. Consumer nation, we don't have shit here. We don't. And again, it didn't start with Trump, and it won't end with Trump. Democrats are going to come in and they're going to accelerate it. So it's going to be so bad. And that's why I can see, Enzo, you said the next 5 years, because we got, what, 3 more years of Trump. So that means the last 2 years of the 5 years is going to be a hyper accelerated decline of the U.S. But again, what does that mean for you know, your crypto and all of that stuff? It's a complicated situation. It is a complicated situation. I think ultimately, if Bitcoin is able to make it through to the other side of Q Day, quantum, supremacy, if it's able to make it, then that does mean a higher crypto. That does mean a higher priced Bitcoin, because again, if the dollar is going to drop, then that means that all assets against the dollar have to go up. So technically it should mean that we will have a stronger Bitcoin price, a stronger silver price, a stronger gold price. Everything should be stronger against the dollar. That's what it should mean. That's what it should mean. Let's see what we got going on for potential trades on the table today. Again, trying to make some headway here in this session. We're actually just gone short. So let's try to make this short play happen right here, ladies and gentlemen, on Bitcoin. All right, so let's set up this short trade. We got a short trade on Bitcoin right now. I can get into this trade. So let's try to get into this short trade on Bitcoin, which would have gone short. Let me get this shit out the way, man. Get these all right, so the short initiated right here at $69,448 Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and place that trade really quickly on two of my exchanges. We got BYDFi on deck. Shout out to BYDFi. Link in the description below. Let's try to get this short trade in here, and we're going to hide our stop loss right above we're going to hide our stop loss right above the last high. Let's do a refresh here. Having some connectivity issues here. I've been having network issues all freaking morning. Sell Mo Fud says here, okay, we're in our trade. Now let's just make our hide our stop loss above the highest A or peak. You see here we got pretty much 3 sequential peaks. If you peep this out here, here, and here. Now you could potentially hide your stop loss above the first one, but I like to just be sure, and we're gonna hide it above the last one just to be sure, because we may get some wicks up and take out some people there. Sale says your Pistons can get the chip this year, but those internal issues need ironed out now. Yes, Selmo, I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Round of applause. I don't pay no attention to them damn sports, bro. It's a distraction. Get your money up. Someone explained that even with Bitcoin upgrade, Satoshi wallet will still be vulnerable. Yes. It's yes. Yes, that's my issue, bro. Like, because the nature of blockchain is that pretty much like anything that's been stored on the chain so far is vulnerable to any quantum hacks in the future. Now, in the case of like Bitcoin, the hack is more so the wallet encryption, the asymmetric, asynchronous nature of the wallet. So you got the public key and your private key. Well, Satoshi's wallet is Satoshi's wallet. That private key, public key can't change. So if quantum comes around and, you know, they're able to figure out and reverse engineer the private key from the public key, which is what would happen, we got an issue. And it's not just, you know, it's really Because from my understanding, the way in Rice, shout out to Rice, Chris Rice, he told me this. I didn't know this, but apparently Satoshi's wallet somehow can't, the coins can't move, period. The way the protocol was set up, I don't know if that's true or not, but the coins can't ever move. However, any other wallet is Satoshi era wallets, or any wallet that has been created prior to any upgrades, I don't know how that's going to look. And I don't know how that's going to pan out. I'm going to be honest with you. I just don't know. I just don't know. So we're short right now. 58K on Bitcoin. We hit our stop above the third highest peak there. Now, let me bring up the chart. Now, on Scalpalytics Pro, the stop loss is hid above the second highest peak. So we will have to see what happens here. Now, I always tell you, as a good rule of thumb with Scalpalytics, even though the line is right there, you want to hide it about 0.1%, 0.1.5% higher than that if we're going short. And the opposite on the way down. Like if we're going long, you want to hide it 0.1 to 0.2% lower than the stop loss, just to give you some buffer room. So in this case, I would just go ahead and hide it above, like we did on BYDFi, above this area right here, to give us some room. So even if we get a signal to go long here, if it crosses above here, ignore that and only go long after, and if we get above this V right here, or A, I should say, this A right here, we should go long only above that A. And so that's where you have some level of discretionary characteristics or play in your strategy when using Scalpalytics Pro. So, you know, let's see how this pans out. But I personally think we are going higher. It's been a slow grind. Look at this back and forth. We started the session going down, up. But see, if we kind of look at how that, if you average the moves out, this is what I really think we're going to break out to the upside. But we just go ahead and follow the rules of Scalpalytics. And if we go the other way, we'll be ready to go the other way with it. Only risk 2% to 5% per trade on your account. Because we will get periods where we go back and forth, and you don't want to drain your account going back and forth. You have no more ammunition to win the war. And you capitalize on the big wins. So the wins, you just let the wins ride. You let the wins ride. Let's go ahead and let me get a trade in on over on WEX too. Shout out to WEX. Let's do a refresh on WEX really quickly. When you getting J Powell? May. May is when Jerome Powell is out, I believe. May is when he's out. So let's go ahead and do a market order over here. And same thing. We're gonna hide. You can just, I like this how they have this on WEX and on BYDFi. You can just slide that ruler up and place your stop loss visually. Again, V2 is live. V2 is live. Scalpalytics Pro. V2 is live. Man, that's a long time. He needs to go now. Well, clearly, apparently, Trump made the wrong decision. He made the wrong decision already. He made the wrong decision picking Warsh, which sounds like he's telegraphed. I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell Trump is doing, bro. I really don't. I don't understand what Trump is doing. V2 is out. Scalpalytics Pro. Bloodalytics.com. Check it out. I have a link in the description below. QR code on the screen. Join the team, ladies and gentlemen. I need to update the website with the V2 details. But V2 essentially, and I can bring this up and show you guys. V2, I did not mean to do that. V2 is going to give you these new features. So now you have a weekend trading toggle feature. We'll go over that. New time frame filtering. I mentioned that. So now by default on the chart that you get when you sign up, by default we're trading the US zone. Like, it starts looking for trades around 8 a.m. in the morning, ends the session at 5 p.m. strictly US time zone. You can extend it out if you add the chart, the trading system to your own chart. Make sure you're on the same symbol. You know, I'm using Binance 1 minute for all my charts. Make sure you're on that candlestick 1 minute Binance charts. And you need to copy the parameters that you see on listed in the default link that's provided to you. Copy that, and then you can modify the time frame if you would like. Also added some additional trading parameters to go long and short. So this is a third dimensional way of trading or taking long positions or secondary positions. Really, it's not going to be a primary, but it'll be a secondary, like double down on your trade type of scenario. Newly improved trade logic. I have improved it slightly. But the main thing you're getting is the weekend toggle feature, time frame filtering, and labeling. Right? You got better labeling. I'll increase the size of that, but you got now a better indication of where trades are being placed and whatnot. And that turbo trade, those turbo trades are clutch. Those bad boys are clutch. Really does enhance the system. Trump gives me jokes. Man, Trump has lost his mind. Trump don't know what he's doing. No, he doesn't. He said Besant begged him for a wash. Yeah, but if you're going to be upset or dissatisfied with your pick, you might as well keep Jerome Powell in there. Like, it doesn't make any sense. He's going to do the same thing over again. It just really doesn't make any sense. I'm surprised that the markets did not react to that, to be honest with you. I'm actually pretty surprised. I'm pretty surprised the markets did not react to that. All right, so I'll update you guys tomorrow on this short. We are long on Ethereum though. The Ethereum trade is the opposite, which is cool because I like being hedged. So you would have taken that long here at about 10:19, 10:20 this morning, taking 50% of profits up here. And we'll see what happens. We'll see which one wins. Which way do you guys think we're going? We going up or are we going down? I personally think we're going up. I personally actually think we're going up. So we'll see what happens. I'll update you guys tomorrow on this trade. We're going up now. Let's see about on the Bitcoin. We're heading higher on Bitcoin as well. So we'll see what happens. If I lose, it'll be about $300 on that trade loss on this short attempt. Now, after the stream, I will, if we got to go long, I'm going to go long because I think it's going to be a nice breakout. I do think it's going to be a nice breakout if we actually go long here. So I'll keep you guys posted on that tomorrow. Make sure you guys hit the like button, share the stream, and join the team. Bloodalytics.com. Link is in the description below. QR code on the screen. Make sure you guys go follow me as well on X. I don't have it up now. I'll have to bring it back up, but I do have it. Promo going on right now with WeX. I got some great news coming with WeX too that I'll be able to announce in a couple of weeks or so. But 7-day free trial of Bloodalytics, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Scalpalytics Pro V2, the fresh brand new one. You get 7-day free trial of that if you deposit at least $100, and you get a $50 bonus with that. Deposit at least $100 and send me your UID number. That's your account number and your TradingView username to algo@cryptoblood.io. algo@cryptoblood.io. I'm putting it in the chat room now. After you sign up, create yourself a new account, and you'll be on your way to a 7-day free trial of the money printer. Crypto's own money printer. Bloodalytics.com. Again, link in the description below. I'll check you guys out tomorrow. I'll give you an update on things. I'm out here, people.